take a sheet of paper and write on that sheet 20 to 24 companies that you really would like to work for. Okay? Step 2, once you have that hit list established, go to a job board of choice. Really, a lot of them are all the same. So it can be JobsDirectUSA, it can be any of them. Go to a job board of choice, and now you're going to take that hit list, and you're really going to use that to go ahead and prospect and find who's hiring off that list and where the jobs really are. So in my case, as I said before, my experience and my background is in retail banking and commercial finance. So my hit list would probably consist of banks, realistically, or finance companies. So now with that hit list, I would go to a job board and I would type in Bank of America, Jacksonville, which is where I live. Search. Aha! Bank of America has 23 jobs in my area. Do any of them appeal to me? Aha! They have this position that appeals to me. I'm going to write it down. I'm not going to apply just yet. I'm going to continue to go down that hit list until I go through every single company. And I'm going to go ahead and write down every job that appeals to me. This will take time, but I can assure you that you will be saving yourself much more time than what you're currently doing. So once you go through that hit list, at this point you're not going to apply just yet with any company. Do you know why? No. I said before, your time is valuable. The screen is right here. Each step is critical. Stop applying blindly. Stop going onto an employer's website, apply, spend the 30 to 45 to 60 minutes that takes, and then just wait for the phone to ring. That's not going to go ahead and cut it. It's not. So again, what you don't want to do is become just another job seeker lost in the shuffle. You don't want to be just another name on the resume that's coming through the applicant tracking system. Your goal really is to network with these companies. And I'm going to show you exactly how. Again, use free resources that are out there to discover job leads. Use LinkedIn to contact recruiters directly in reference to those leads. And then use social media to get in front of the key decision makers. So again, the first step is create a hit list. Second is use the job boards to work that hit list. Again, 3, find jobs that appeal to you, but refrain from applying just yet. At this point, what you would need to do if you're sitting at home on your computer is you're going to open up a new browser window. You're going to go to LinkedIn.com. This is the key right here. In unison with your hit list and those jobs that you really want to apply for, but you're holding back, you're refraining from doing so at this point, you're going to go on LinkedIn.com and run a people search specifically for recruiters in your area or city, which match the job leads that you found. We also have a search engine called JobsDirectNow.com. If there are no recruiters, then try running a search for just HR, VP, or director titles. So for those of you that are on LinkedIn, you can imagine this right now. You have the search engine that's in the top right-hand corner. There's a drop-down box for people. Best way to use it is start off by typing, in this case, if it's me, I'm looking for a job in banking, Bank of America. Hit search. It's going to pull up everyone on the LinkedIn database that works for Bank of America or has ever worked for them. At that point, you need to input in the fields your zip code, run a radius, zip code radius of, it's up to you, 25 to 50 miles. Type in the company. So in this case, it would be Bank of America, and then the title. So you can start with recruiter. If nothing comes up, HR, VP, director. Are any of you currently doing this right now? You are? Tell us your feedback.
Not just the same as Monster.com and all the other ones, all the other websites. I do have a lot of contacts within LinkedIn and recommendations, but it's hard, especially in Miami.
Yeah. What's challenging about Miami? I'm from out of town. I live in Jacksonville, so.
Miami's unemployment rate It's like 14, almost 15%. And those are the people that are actually counted.
Right.
People like me are not counted because I've exhausted my unemployment and I'm not counted anymore. I'm like one of those people that aren't looking for a job, that gave up, and I haven't given up. So the actual percentage rate is a lot higher in the Miami area, so I'm looking to move out.
Where are you looking to move to?
Central Florida,
Central?
Arizona,
Okay.
Massachusetts,
How's
where I've been before.
How are you really engaging with recruiters on LinkedIn?
It really depends on, just like on LinkedIn and trying to find out the name of the actual hiring manager or hiring person, the person that I would be reporting to,
Right.
if there is such a person.
Right.
Because you have to pass the HR department. So a lot of times they don't ask the right questions. And when they do ask a question and you start your verbiage, your dissertation, they don't understand what you are talking about because they're not in that field.
Right. Well, that's a great testimony. I appreciate you sharing that. HR departments
I don't
are...
want to sound negative, but that's
No.
just the way it is.
I'm sure there's other folks in this room that can relate with you. HR folks, recruiters, they're humans. And they're inundated. There's so many people out there looking for work, especially somewhere like right here in Dade County where, realistically, how many folks do you assume are out of work? I know where I'm coming from Jackson, there's about 80,000 people out of work right now.
Well, it's like 20 out of 100, 25 out of 100 are out of work.
Okay.
And professionals.
So think about this then. Again, going back to why you don't want to invest too much time on the job boards and invest too much time going through their application process. Most job seekers use job boards solely in their job search. Again, they wake up in the morning and they have a routine. They feel that if they apply for 100 jobs in a week, whether they're even qualified or not, that the odds greatly improve of them being discovered and being called and brought in for an interview and hired. That's false. And really that's false expectations and false hope. But because there are so many that fit into that group, these recruiters are literally going through hundreds of resumes a day. Okay. After I'm done here, Violet, who's in the back room, is going to go over resumes. And she'll tell you herself that you really have just one chance to stand out. And they don't have the time to go over a complete resume when they have so many that they're going through. Okay. So with that being said, by going beyond the job board and using LinkedIn as that resource to connect with them, now you're able to build a dialogue with them that job boards don't provide that ability for you to do. So, like I'm instructing you here, once you go on LinkedIn and you find the representatives for the companies, your next step is to send them a brief message. Connect with them and send them a message on LinkedIn. Introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Carlos Field. I am a retail banking and finance professional seeking employment currently. I was on your website and saw that you were currently hiring for a position of interest to me. When are you available to talk? Can I email you my resume? Can I call you? These are all questions to engage the recruiter, because Mr. or Mrs. Recruiter will write you back. Chances are they will write you back. And at that point, they will say, what's your name?
Nestor.
They will say, hi Nestor, I appreciate you writing to me. Thank you for taking interest in our company. Please visit our website and apply. That's what you want. I said before, don't just go apply blindly for jobs, because when you use the job boards, that's what you're doing. You're applying and hoping for the phone to ring, or hoping for an email to come through. This process, you're going an additional step. You're going directly to that decision maker or that recruiter, and you're then engaging with them and building a rapport. So once they ask you to apply, then you go apply. And guess what? Once you apply, then you send them a message back. Thank you for taking the time to write back to me. I've applied. What's the next step? So then you're really setting the tone for your interview. Does that make sense?
A snail mail thank you card is also really good.
share that with us.
Snail, like just a simple thank you card. In
Email?
the mail, snail mail.
Oh, in the mail. Okay. What's that?
Or even a phone call.
Is that working though? Are you trying that currently? Yeah.
Cold call.
No, but are you trying the LinkedIn process that I just described? Yeah.
It's still the same, especially in the South Florida area.
I'll tell you this, just from doing events in this community for 3 years now, really networking with recruiters, the demographic of professional that they're looking for is someone that's on LinkedIn and that's engaging with them. Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What happens if you don't want to put all of your information on LinkedIn, just like maybe 85% of it?
Go into detail, what do you mean by all of your
Like
information?
there's questions on LinkedIn that I don't want to answer on LinkedIn, accessible to other people.
You don't have to answer it.
I have 85% complete on LinkedIn.
I have 85% completed as well.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Now with LinkedIn, we're going to get a little off topic, a little just off of this for a moment. With LinkedIn,